Warning, I say a lot of bad words. Nachomane. Welcome to Main Event Reviews. Today we're going to be watching AWF, also known as American Wrestling Federation. This one guy kept on asking me to review this show. He asked me like 6 times and I just said, fuck it, I'll do it. On Cage Match, it says this event took place in 1994 in Chicago, Illinois. I never heard of this show, but they got Terry Taylor and Mike Karch on commentary.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the debut of the most exciting, innovative professional wrestling promotion in the world today, the American Wrestling Federation. I'm Mick Karch.
And I'm Terry Taylor.
For some reason, all the matches on this show have 4-minute rounds. I'm not really a big fan of this idea. But anyways, it's time for the first match of the night. The Ultimate Destroyer versus Tito Santana. This guy looked like an off-brand action figure. During Tito's entrance, Mick on commentary says, is there a more popular star in wrestling than Tito Santana? No offense, because I like Tito, but yes, there is. A timer dropped by Tito, and that made Destroyer go outside the ring. Terry says that Tito should be DQ'd for throwing him over the top rope. They got all these old school ass rules for this show. This show feel like it's in the 80s. Tito was about to dive off the top rope, but the round ended.
Well, no question, he had that flying burrito in mind from that top rope, but as you said, Tito, unaware that he was that close to the end of the round, and round one is over. What a tremendous innovation. Ladies and gentlemen, again, this is the round system in the American Wrestling Federation.
Destroyer does a stun gun on the ropes. He tried to go for a springboard, but he misses. Tito wins the match with a flying forearm. On commentary, apparently he calls that move the flying burrito. I didn't know that was the name of the move.
Tito will have none of that. There's a reversal. He ducks the clothesline. There's the burrito. He caught him. In for the cover. Count of 1, 2. It's all over. Tito Santana, ladies and gentlemen, victorious in the initial contest here in the American Wrestling Federation with the Warriors of Wrestling. Tremendously popular. And Terry, what a great matchup.
The match wasn't bad, but it's not really too much to say about it.
Ladies and gentlemen, it was indeed history in the making. The very first match ever for the brand new American Wrestling Federation. And the answer to trivia questions for years to come, the winner of that match, none other than my good friend Tito Santana. Tito, congratulations.
Thank you very much, Ken. You know, I'm feeling real good, Ken. I'm feeling good about the round system. I'm feeling good about wrestling in the American Wrestling Federation, bringing back good old wrestling. You've got to know how to wrestle if you're going to make it in the American Wrestling Federation. And Tito Santana knows how to wrestle.
Tito, very good point. This new round system with the 4-minute rounds, the break between, got to favor someone like yourself being a great tactician or in the ring.
Well, that's exactly right. Not only being in shape is going to be an asset, knowing how to wrestle finally is going to pay off. And the wrestling fans like that, Ken. Arriba!
There's no question, one of the great all-time favorites, Tito Santana. Will be back with more great AWF action.
The second match of the night, Billy Joe Eaton versus Greg Valentine. I don't know who the hell this guy is. Why they got Rico Suave with Greg Valentine? I don't like his haircut. Gut busted by Greg. During the match, they show a Chris Adams promo. I hate when they show promos during the match.
Hello everybody, this is Gentleman Chris Adams here from Stratford-on-Avon, England. You know, everybody knows that the English style of wrestling for years and years has had rounds. The American Wrestling Federation has rounds. The Alternative Wrestling Federation. I'll be there next week.
This whole thing is just Greg whooping this guy's ass. He hit him with 2 elbow drops, and then he wins with the figure 4. I like how Greg sets up the submission, though.
Valentine smells blood right now, and nobody does this maneuver better than Greg the Hammer Valentine. That figure 4, and it is over just like that.
He's going to break this kid's leg if they don't make him let go right now.
The fans,
everybody hates
oh,
Valentine.
They do. They absolutely detest him, but you can't argue with the record. And Rico Suave, a very happy man indeed.
They go straight into the third match. It's Tony Atlas versus Sonny Rogers. Tony gets Pearl Harbored by Sonny Rogers. He got them big-ass pants on. Before New Jack died, he was in this interview right here. And he was talking shit about Tony Atlas. He hates Tony because of the Saba Simba character. I wonder if he hated Kamala too then. Oh yeah, and Tony made a response back to New Jack. He called him a moon cricket and a porch monkey. That shit crazy. The first round ends. I think Tony should have beat this guy already. Another promo happens during the match. This time it's for Johnny Gunn.
Hi, I'm Johnny Gunn, and you are the luckiest wrestling fans in the world to be watching the new and hottest wrestling promotion, the American Wrestling Federation. Tune in next week because you're going to see Johnny Gunn housequake the nation, baby.
I remember seeing that guy in WWF. I want to see Johnny Gunn versus Billy Gunn. After hitting the turnbuckle, Sonny does a jumping flare flop, stolen military press by Tony, and then he wins the match with a body splash.
Slammed with authority to the canvas. Tony Atlas, oh man, that has got to do it, and it does.
That match kind of felt way too long.
Ladies and gentlemen, without question, there's been a tremendous amount of talk all throughout the country regarding this new American Wrestling Federation prior to this very first inaugural program of the AWF. But to give you a little bit more background, I've asked the president of the American Wrestling Federation, Mr. Paul Alperstein, to join me out here. And I guess first thing I should ask you, what would you like to be called, sir?
Paul will be just fine.
Okay, Paul it is. Paul, what way back first brought you to create this new American Wrestling Federation?
Well, I've been a fan of the sport of wrestling for many years. And I've seen the wrestling industry change dramatically, and I wanted to bring it back to the roots of its sport.
Now, Paul, I know you've made it very clear you are going to take a very hard line regarding following the rules here in the American Wrestling Federation.
Yes, the rules of the American Wrestling Federation will be enforced, and the rules are quite simple. First, there's no throwing anybody over the top rope. There is no touching the referee, and there is a break on a 10 count. If they do not do those things, they will be disqualified.
Well, Paul, I think a lot of us are glad to hear that, but I've been very curious, as have people all over the country, why did you decide to institute the round system here in the American Wrestling Federation?
Well, I've been around wrestling for a while, and I've seen many different types of styles. And I thought that to create a system unique to this business would be something phenomenal for the fans to see. And I think the round system will be something the fans will want to see throughout the world.
Now, I know a lot of people have been very curious. Besides the television programs, which I understand is being syndicated all around the country, you do plan in the not-too-distant future to be running shows in arenas around the country as well.
In the very near future, we will be touring not only the United States, but foreign countries who are wanting us to come in there and show them what the American Wrestling Federation is all about.
Well, there's no question. The public, the press, the reviews have been very positive so far. Again, the president of the AWF, Mr. Paul Alperstein.
It's time for the next match, Rick Thunder versus Nailz. Rick Thunder looks pretty generic. I only ever seen Nailz go up against Big Bossman and Virgil. After I seen those matches, I didn't want to see any more of him. Nailz is doing his signature chokes in the corner. Terry said on commentary that Nailz is a guy who killed Jeffrey Dahmer. What the hell? They go outside and Nailz throws a stool at Thunder. I was laughing when I seen that shit. Then he hits him with a chair and finally gets DQ'd. He started choking him with the fucking cord and shit.
As Nailz continues the assault. I wouldn't be watching this too closely. This guy is unbelievable.
What did Rick Thunder do to deserve this?
I'm standing with Sir Oliver Humperdink, and Sir Oliver, very honestly, you were one of the first managers to enter the American Wrestling Federation.
Let me tell you one thing, kid Resnick, I don't stay around as long as I have by being a slouch. I know where the good things are happening, and it's happening right here in the American Wrestling Federation. And I know there's a lot of people out there right now that are mighty unhappy to see me, but get used to it because I'm going to be around a long time. Because I've got with me in the American Wrestling Federation the greatest tag team to ever come out of the state of Texas, and there's been legions of them. But these two guys, my new tag team, are at the pinnacle of tag team success. I'm talking about Killer and Psycho, the Texas Hangmen. Talk to them, brother. You know, I'm going to tell you something, Kid Resnick. You're looking at the two biggest, baddest pieces of meat ever to step out of the state of Texas. And now we're here in the AWF, the American Wrestling Federation, and we're here for one thing, that's to beat people up. Tell them about it, Killer. Step into the war zone, boys.
Fifth match of the night, Ken McGuire versus Sergeant Slaughter. McGuire looks like a warehouse supervisor. The commentators make fun of him for wearing pink tights. Slaughter came out to the ring handing out many USA flags. I don't think Slaughter is terrible, but I don't really care for him that much. Do any of y'all have any Slaughter match recommendations? Another promo during the match is for Shiek Adnan.
You're looking to Shiek Adnan Alkahhassie. I don't need no introduction. By the American Wrestling Federation, you will be surprised when I have the greatest wrestler in the world. Next week, you will meet him. And wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Shitty clothesline sell by Ken, and then he taps out to the Cobra Clutch.
Kenny McGuire. Yeah, that would be an improvement in his looks. There he goes, set for the most famous move in professional wrestling, the Cobra Clutch. And if he gets it on, that's it. Kenny McGuire's got no choice. He's got to give up, and there he does. Oh, he is history right in the middle of the ring. The Sarge of shots in on the man from Paris Island, but very, very ineffectual. And the tremendously popular Sergeant Slaughter racks up a victory here in the American Wrestling Federation.
That match had a lot of punching and kicking in it.
If there was any doubt, you all saw the fans' reaction. He is indeed America's hero, G.I. Joe, Sergeant Slaughter. Sarge, come on in. Great to see you again.
Good to be back, killer.
And what a way to start out here in the American Wrestling Federation.
Sure is. First off, I got a little gift for you there. I saved one of those for you.
Thank you,
Sarge.
Sarge.
Took them away from me, but it's great to be here in the American Wrestling Federation where they finally brought the rules and regulations back, and I'm happy for President Paul Alperstein to do that. Thank you very much.
You know, Sarge, the competition, the big names in the American Wrestling Federation, boy, second to none.
None better than the American Wrestling Federation. We've got the round systems here, which I really like. And when I put that Cobra clutch on my opponent, as you just saw, can you imagine a guy walking in the ring with pink tights on with me? Of course I had to put the Cobra clutch on him. So I put him down, and I'm going to put everybody down that faces me right here in the American Wrestling Federation.
He is America's hero, Sergeant Slaughter.
Right.
Let's go back to ringside.
It's time for the Nachomane event. Koko Beware versus Bobby Bradley. Koko got a bird with him, and he's going around flapping his arms. They go to commercial break, and now Koko was in the ring. While they was wrestling, the light went out for a second. The camera cuts to Koko's bird, and he's just out there chilling. First round ends. I don't care for this main event. Round 2 starts, and Mr.Hughes cuts a promo.
That's right. I am the Resnick, Mr.Hughes of the American Wrestling Federation. Next week, whoever steps in my face will go down with the sidewalk slam. I am the man. You will go down for the last time.
Mr. Hughes be everywhere. Koko goes up top rope. He does a standing kick to Bobby, but he kicks out. I think he almost forgot to kick out. Koko picks up Bobby, and he wins the match with the Ghostbuster.
An eighth of a count away, and once again, he drilled in. That has got to do it. That Ghostbuster, and it is all over.
I don't know why they made all the matches like this. It got kind of boring after a while.
A very impressive debut indeed for Koko Beware here in the American Wrestling Federation. And speaking of impressive debuts, so Rico Suave, the debut of your man, Greg Valentine.
Well, you know something, it came no surprise to me, but some of you morons out there that might not realize that Rico Suave has the best, the most talented, and the best looking wrestlers in the world.
Say, speaking of good looking, who is this woman with the computer at ringside?
Don't worry about her, moron. I heard about you and the way you like to make moves on the girls, and she belongs to me. But let me tell you something about the computer. It did come up with 3 names. 3 names. Names that are going to take the Suave family right to the top.
Well, who are the other 2 names?
Don't worry about the other 2, but let me bring in number 1. The man you just saw wrestle and tear apart that little moron. I think his name was Ronnie Vegas. I think he's heading back to Atlantic City, though. He's so screwed up. What do you think, Gregory?
Well, I'll tell you what, all you had to do with that computer is push in greatness. And then you got Greg the Hammer Valentine, a name that is synonymous in professional wrestling with greatness and everything about true wrestling, because I am the master of the figure 4 leg lock, the greatest hold in professional wrestling, which is going to take us all the way to the top.
Hopefully the other episodes are better than this. Darren, that's crazy. But anyways, if you followed the video, hit that like and subscribe button. Thank you for watching. Nachomane out.